We are gathered here today to celebrate the marriage of Tia Witherspoon and Akil Peoples. This is an acknowledgement of the next chapter of their lives together. This moment will mark not only their transition as a couple by celebrating the love between the two of them, but the love between all of us.
The Newlyweds. I loved this. I loved how much time they spent before the kind of twist of the zombie outbreak or whatever. I loved how much time they spent on the wedding, and you really got to see not the couple interacting together at first, but you got to see how the people closest to them were reacting to the wedding and how they were defending their relationship, which I think says a lot more about and can, convey to an audience a lot more about a relationship and where people stand when you see them defending the other person or the relationship in general to their closest, like to their mom, to their dad, to their closest friends. I think that speaks more and, like I said, can convey more to an audience than you can necessarily take care of in a few minutes with even the actual couple interacting. So I really liked that they did that because it set it up well. And then you also saw them together and how even on this day, how they are kind of navigating, a fight or some tension or whatever else. And I really liked that they included that as well before you got to this extreme adrenaline live or die situation, because then it kind of all leads to hints about how their relationship truly is when you strip everything back. And then when you present them with this live or die situation, you can see how that they're going to protect each other. You can see how they're going to fight for each other and fight and everything like that. And I thought it was really, really great. So I loved how much work they did before the outbreak. And then I thought the outbreak was really fun. You can do a lot of fun things with that, especially when, in a lot of these zombie movies or TV shows or, things like that, it's usually mundane things of when the zombie apocalypse happens. It's usually you're going through your normal life, but in theoretically, people get married every single day. People have these big life events every single day. They have graduations, they have weddings, they have celebrations, they have all sorts of things. So, theoretically speaking, if it were to happen, some of it probably would be during somebody's wedding or during, some sort of celebration like that, during a party of some kind. And I really enjoyed that they kind of took that on this, what's supposed to be this momentous occasion for this couple. And it was life-changing, but maybe not in the way that they were expecting.
I didn't know what to expect from this. I didn't expect it to take this zombie-like turn, but it was excellent. It was very fun, very twisted, and a great proof of love, because this couple just found the ultimate test that they deserve to be together after fighting the family turned into zombies. That was brilliant, very fun. The production design is excellent. It's very horrific, but what really stands out is both the action and the humor, and the subject of love conquers it all. So excellent job, guys.
The beginning of this film set up the premise really well. It was very tense. It was very well established that the parents of both the bride and groom did not want them to get married. They thought they were making a mistake. They went through the traditional tropes of walk away now, you don't belong together, the overbearing mother, the overbearing father. They didn't want this. But once the zombie apocalypse broke out, they had to prove everybody wrong. They were forced to, just to endure and hopefully survive. They survived one situation, but once they get to the end and the groom found out his own mother turned, a woman he thought he'd have to protect the rest of his life. He knew for sure that his wife, his bride, is the only person left to protect, and the way the film ends, we just have to hope they can continue surviving for each other. The makeup on this is amazing. The way it slowly turns everybody, it was phenomenal. The makeup is really award-winning with the effects to show people turning. The graphics as they fight, the stunts, it was really well done. And the ending through the credits is established that this is an epidemic that's going to spread, and people are going to have to prepare and to fight. But most films don't show how a zombie apocalypse starts. And this film very much did, and we know it's something that will spread, and we know where it started, which is a start that most films do not start with when it comes to a zombie apocalypse.
This film was called The Newlyweds. This was a fabulous, entertaining short. I love the premise of the young couple getting married, but who find themselves dealing with a bizarre situation. The film is testament to standing up for your spouse, despite the outside world. What set this film apart for me was the transformation of most of the actors, with amazing makeup, wardrobe, and performances. The exciting soundtrack below was also excellent for this one. The pace was awesome too, moving from laid back to super rapid. I really liked the radio voiceover at the end, very realistic delivery given the strange situation. The Newlyweds, check it out.